It is day 28. We're getting close to the end of the month of March Madness. And today's exercises, there's two of them, are the seal and the crab exercise. So those are the two exercises that are inspiring our little magic circle mini workout today. So grab your circle. We're going to get started on our mats. Maybe want to scoot up a little bit so you have a little room behind you to do a little rolling. I have the pads of my circle kind of out here in front of me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can set my feet in there and have the bottoms of my feet, the soles of my feet, the outside edges coming together and kind of sealed together on there. And then I'm going to hold my circle. You're going to hold it where it's comfortable for you. And I'm going to let my arms and my elbows kind of push into my thighs. So once you have that position or something close to there that your feet allow you to do, your legs and hips allow you to do, we're going to do a little pelvic tuck and we're going to curl backwards. And I just want you to test out, like, how far can you curl back, stretch your back. Your circle is going to kind of become a little bit of an oval. And then just bring yourself back up. You might feel like you're kind of pulling on the magic circle a little bit. Let's do that a few times. Pelvic tuck, roll back. Should feel very connected, right? We're really holding strong there, not letting our shoulders scrunch up. Curl forward, bring it back. Okay, let's do that one more time. Pelvic tuck, curl back. I feel like I'm kind of rolling back onto my sacrum, and then I'm going to try to hold that shape and just lift it up. So this should feel like some work just to be here. My feet are still trying to stay sealed together. Now, let's test out. Could we reach our legs out, maybe straighten them, and then bend them back in? Let's try that two more times. Breathing. Take a nice big inhale as you press them out. And exhale as you bring them back in one more time. Press them out. And then bring them back in. Okay, can we hold this position and let's try some mini rocks first. Could we just start to rock back just a little and then come forward? Almost little baby rocks. Feel how that takes a lot of control to kind of stop yourself and come back up. Shoot for 3 of those. Do one more. Maybe every time you go just a little further back, but then you stop yourself from going all the way back. And then if it's there for you to do a full roll, you're going to play with taking that shape, rolling back to your shoulders, and then coming back up. Let's do a few more of those. Big breath as we roll back and forth, getting that little massage of our spine. And let's do one more. Rock. And then coming back up. Good. Okay, take your feet out for a moment. We're going to now play with some more rolling and change where we have our magic circle. We're going to see if we can take our feet on the pads. So those arches, I have kind of the arches of my feet on there. And then I'm going to try my seal position, which is hands kind of wrapped around my ankles. If that's not there for you, and my circle's sitting on the floor right now, you could try hands on top, you could put your hands back here or even here. Let's see if you can find a place where we could just hold here. And yes, this is work, just being here. And then maybe lift your circle up just a little bit. Okay, let's squeeze, 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 hold. See if we can do a rock back and forth into the balance. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze in a slight hold, do that rock back and forth. And then if you're feeling kind of comfortable with this, you want to throw a bonus in, maybe you see if you can roll back, balance on your shoulders, squeeze, 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 and then come back up and do your squeeze, squeeze, squeeze of your magic circles. Such good inner thigh work. Rock back, squeeze, 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 rock forward, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Let's do one more. Rock back. Little balance movement. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then rock forward. Then squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then you get a little rest. Okay, let's come up onto our knees next. This next little piece is especially crab inspired. I'm going to tip me just a little so you guys can see. All right. I want you to start with your feet and knees hip width-ish apart. All right, we got our magic circle. I'm just kind of holding it on the sides for this little piece. The thing I want you to notice is I want you to notice where your thighs are in space. They're not back here. They're really pushed forward. Your thighs are over your knees and your hips are trying to be over the knees there. All right, and then in my brain, this is kind of cat-like. I'm going to start curling down, bending through my neck, my upper back. I'm trying to not move my thighs. I'm going to get my circle down to the floor, and then I'm going to keep curling forward, trying to keep my thighs right over my knees, and seeing if I can reach the top of my head to my circle, and then I'm going to curl my spine a little further. Feels like core work. And then I'm going to come back up, and as I come up, I'm going to really push my thighs and hips forward and try to get that rolling up through the spine. And then I have to lift my circle up so that I can come all the way up. Let's try that a couple more times. It's kind of weird, I know at first. Okay, the chin to chest a little bit, curl through your upper back, middle back, land your circle out there. Just keep curling, feel your shoulder blades anchored. Try to get that top of the head coming into your circle, and then maybe you go a little further, and then when you come back up, the circle kind of inflates. Again, you're going to push the thighs and hips forward. You can push into that magic circle and roll yourself back up. Now, let's try it with our ankles crossed behind us. So your knees will still be open and your ankles crossed. A little closer to our crab position. We got our arms out here in front, and we're just going to try the same thing. All right, so we're going to start curling down, rounding, try to keep those thighs pressed forward, land your circle, anchor your shoulder blades a little bit, keep curling, aiming that top of the head down for your magic circle. Maybe you press down just a little, and then as you come back up, can you push thighs and hips forward, push that circle away, and stack to come up nice and tall. Let's try one more with that cross of the leg, and then we'll switch it. All right, so we're going to curl forward. We're going to land our circle, anchor our shoulder blades. Keep curling. Aim that top of the head for the magic circle. Press down a little bit. Come back up, actively pushing your thighs and hips forward, pushing into that circle, and then rolling back up. Okay, and then we got to try it the other way. So just switch the cross of the ankles. Now, if this isn't working for you, you can go back to both legs hip width apart. All right, let's do it again. We got our start of the roll down, round forward. The cat-like roll down, we'll call it. And then once your circle lands, shoulder blades anchored, we're rounding our spine. We're reaching the top of the head forward for that magic circle. We're pressing in maybe just a little. And then as you go to come up, can you push your thighs and hips forward? Press the circle away. Get that sense of just stacking up through your back as you come up. Let's do it one more time. Chin to chest, curl. Notice that work. I know you're feeling it. To keep those thighs and hips forward, over the knees. Round. Aim that top of the head for the circle. Press. And then as you go to come back up, reverse that all. Push thighs and hips forward. Press the circle away from you and come all the way up on those knees. Awesome job. Ooh. Thank you for joining me today for some magic circle fun inspired by our crab and our seal. I hope you're having fun, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.